If you got big dreams and bad jeans, you're in the right place. These shirts are available at barbellapparel.com. Link in the description. Hey, baby, how many weeks are we in?
3.
This is week number 3. We are both lighter than we have been since this baby machine popped out our son. What do you eat today?
155.
155. What were you when you started?
162.
162. I weighed in 253, down from I think 257 at my highest on this. And this is what we get to eat today. We got Frosted Flakes, waffles, syrup, egg whites. I feel like we gotta up, those are rookie numbers. We gotta up those up. I think we need a little more syrup on Laura's. You wanna describe how the diet's been so far?
A lot of meals, for sure. There's been a lot of meals, but they're really full. So like a lot of rice, potatoes, chicken. I do like the ground beef. It's a little nice. I didn't realize though, fat is very minimal. So it's like everything has fat in it. So it's kind of like they're just changing everything just be carb dense or like just pure protein. It's really nice, but at the same time challenging because everything has fat. And I didn't realize how much fat I was eating.
Fat's delicious, and you realize that when you take it out, and it makes you feel wonderful.
Butter and I had a breakup.
Right? Yeah, because we're so used to biasing towards low carb when we tried to diet before. But taking out fat, but at the same time, it's like having rice all the time, not getting sugar cravings because I'm eating rice and potatoes constantly. Yes. And then at the end, around our workouts and on the big meal days, it's like I'm eating like a fucking muscle pig today.
This is the best day ever, even though we're gonna work our asses off today.
Yeah, we're gonna destroy ourselves with deadlifts, and it's all made possible.
Oh my god, Alex, my fridge is disgusting, guys. It's not really like this.
This is a working family fridge. Walden Farms. No calories. You want to make protein actually edible because dry ass chicken breast is the saddest food on the planet. We got our honey Dijon. We got our Asian dressing. We got chicken almond milk, sugar-free ketchup. Sugar-free ketchup.
Gee, Hughes is the shit.
We got chicken. We got lots of ground chicken, ground turkey, ground beef. Ezekiel bread. Keeps my gut from bloating from all of the disgusting flour. I'm about to get on that gluten-free train just because I don't look like such a puffy bloated mess when I kick gluten out. And then we're just going to move back to Hollywood and get a little Shih Tzu and talk about our vegan, gluten-free, organic lifestyle. That's where we're going. Oh, Jesus Christ. Like, how could I forget? I put that shit on everything. By the how much of this do I go through?
A lot.
This makes everything just amazing.
White boy loves success.
That's fucking right. Yeah, I thought I was marrying some competition, but apparently I like the spicy food here. So yeah, the bodybuilding arc in full. How many months until our bodybuilding debut?
I didn't know we were doing a bodybuilding show.
Oh, I didn't tell you.
What?
I signed us up.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we're doing a bodybuilding show.
No, we're not.
2024. Well, I think August-ish. We're gonna be just dick skin shredded. Jack, those traps are gonna be up to her ears. All right, Theo's gonna be able to like hang on him like a little monkey by then. So yeah, stay tuned. I think we gotta do a grocery haul now. I think we're gonna go to H-E-B.
Yeah,
we'll be those dick bags walking around with the camera around the store.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're all grifters, guys.
That's it. Yeah, everything for the ground. All right. So we're walking into our obnoxiously sized Texas grocery store, H-E-B Plus, and like most places in Texas, it is filled with plus-size people. Now we're going to be smart. We're going to skip past the sample stands giving frozen brownies, and they let you sample wine and beer, for God's sakes, and all of the different sauces and whatnot. We're going to go straight to the simple foods that we know work for us because we're laser focused. We came in with a plan. And in following this diet, we need to answer a pretty simple question. We need to say, how do we have a variety of lean quality protein with good quality carbs that A, don't want to make you put your head through a pane glass window, and B, are not going to break your bank. And because of this diet strategy, which is in line with just about what every bodybuilder does, it's super easy to do. Again, I'm following Justin Harris's, you go to troponin.com, I think, Justin Harris's carb cycling. It's just a fantastic template. $99 looks expensive. It is so easy and convenient. I think the template is more than worth it. Again, I have zero financial connection or incentive to Justin Harris. this just allowed me and Laura to do this at a time where we had a newborn and we were pretty sure that we were not going to be able to get back on the wagon. It's actually made our life easier. Now, the staple of the diet is it's low fat, so we focus on simple foods that allow us to think of the food as the macro. So ground beef, chicken, fish, egg whites, we can think of these because we're getting lean options. We can think of them as protein. They're not going to have really any carbs. They're going to have very, very limited fats. And if that's all we eat, we know our fat's going to stay low. For carbs, again, simple carbs, potatoes, rice, various cereals or breads that we're going to use. Not a lot of protein, not a lot of fat worth counting. So we can think of it just as the serving of carbohydrates, and then we can sprinkle in extra fats on the back end as we need. So starting out breakfast, most important meal of the day, egg whites. We go through so many egg whites. It takes me about 8 servings to get to 40 grams of protein. That's about 2.5 meals I get out of each carton, and that's about $2 per day. And egg whites, they just go down so easily. Even when I'm not hungry, I can throw some sugar-free ketchup on it and just inhale them. They digest fast. I don't feel sluggish afterwards. And it's about $60 a month just for me, but this is a staple. I don't even crave other things because I know this is such an easy way to get my day going. And this I pair with my carb, which is almost always cream of rice or a dry cereal. Raisin bran is a bit heavier. That's for a high day. I usually go with rice Chex or something simple. It's just a different form of rice. And I use a splash almond milk. You can even use water, guys. People talk shit about water. It tastes the fucking same. It just doesn't have the calories of milk. Cream of rice, though, is usually my go-to. A serving is 35 grams of carbs. That's about perfect for me. It's about 50 cents a day. And I only go through 4 cartons a month, which comes out to less than 20 bucks a month for one of my staple carb sources. I do splash in a couple teaspoons of brown sugar, which is like 4 or 5 grams of carbs, and a splash of almond milk that doesn't even register just to soften it up. And that's my go-to every morning. I don't even mess with it unless I'm doing like a simple rice Chex, or if it's a high day, I might go with another sugary cereal, which we do once a week. Now, the rest of our meals are going to follow the same template. It's going to be a protein with a staple carb source. Staple carb source is going to be jasmine rice. This is like the cheapest form of carbohydrate you can get. This is what we eat 3 or 4 times a day. 3 meals worth of rice cooked at home is like 50 cents. I do like cooking it with chicken broth because it makes it a lot more flavorful. I also use the Ezekiel bread a lot. Now, I prefer to go with flourless variations because I find anything with flour does bloat my stomach. I find that if I stay away from it, I just feel better. I look better. And that's something I realized with these simpler foods. I really started to look forward to the Ezekiel bread. 2 slices, that's 2 servings. 36 grams. Again, that's perfect for me. And there's all kinds of low calorie or sugar-free condiments I can put on it to make my meal actually enjoyable. Again, about 20 bucks per month, assuming I'm having 2 slices a day. We also lean pretty heavily on potatoes or sweet potatoes. Again, very easy to prepare, to season, to make tasty, to round out whatever protein you're going to use. Now, the proteins are where you get the most variety because you don't want to eat the same damn chicken or tuna every single day. So the first staple we have is the ground beef, 96%. You want to go lean. Don't skimp because you're trying to save a couple of dollars. You think you're going to strain it all. You probably won't. And if you have a day where you don't, that's a lot extra fat that's going to sneak in. It's not that expensive. Even with this lean version, it's about $2.50 for a meal. I spend about 50 bucks a month on it. Ground chicken's another staple. This is probably the cheapest source we have. It's about 3 cents per gram of protein. I spend about $1.35 for one meal, and I go through about 10 pounds of it per month. It's about $36 a month for that staple. Now, you can have that be a centerpiece because it's cheaper and do more meals with that, but I like variety. So I'll do one meal with beef, one with the ground chicken. Even going regular chicken breast adds a little bit of variety. You can cook it so it's juicier. Goes good on sandwiches with the Ezekiel bread. I usually just mix it with rice, but you can also throw it, like we'll throw it inside a sweet potato. A lot of options. A little over $2 per day just for one meal. That's about 40 grams of protein. And I go thin slice because I'm lazy. It's easier to cook. It's worth it for me to spend a couple extra bucks. Again, you can go with cheaper versions. And then fish. We're not a big fish family, but we throw it in to break up the monotony. Most people go with tilapia. I hate tilapia. Russ. You guys remember Russ? Russ ruined it for me because he would bring his tilapia into the gym, throw it in the microwave, and that shit smelled like death. And he would eat that like 4 times a day. And it's not even as cheap as chicken is. So I don't really get the appeal of it at all. 7 cents per gram of protein. If I was doing a meal a day, it'd be 11 pounds a month. That's about 66 bucks a month. But we actually decided to throw in some cod, which is much more expensive, about 20 cents a gram of protein. But it was worth it. The cod was absolutely delicious. I would absolutely splurge for more expensive fish, for white fish, if I was going to use that as a staple. But again, that's if you can afford it. If you're an absolute savage, you can do, God, the Chunk Light, which is basically cat food in a can. Holy shit, the diehards that just live out of their car and bodybuild while eating 10 cans a day to get their protein. If you're to the point where you can literally only afford the Chunk Light tuna, I would tell you to restructure your priorities until you can afford something else. That might make some people mad, but I don't care. There is no point in being jacked if you do not have your basic affairs in order. So all in all, I average 6 meals. It's between 35 and 40 grams of protein per meal. Same with carbs, about 5 to 10 grams of fat per meal for a nice anabolic split of about 230 grams of protein, 230 grams of carbs, and about 50 grams of fat per day. This all comes out to about $16 per day. Remember, I weigh 250 pounds. If you weigh 180 pounds, you're gonna eat less than this. If you're in a more aggressive cutting diet, you're gonna eat less than this. And of course, a big cost is how much you decide to splurge on condiments. Having a pantry full of various seasonings, dressings, marinades that are 0 sugar or low calorie is going to allow you to add more variety and make this much, much easier, to the point where you can look at it as, I'm eating for enjoyment. This isn't just my death march to whatever goal I'm chasing. Again, sugar-free ketchup is great, goes good on ground beef, goes good on eggs. And again, you mix it with mustard, sloppy joes instantly. That was a lifesaver. I literally put Frank's Red Hot on everything. It's very low calorie and it adds a bunch of flavor, which is nice. And then pickles. Pickles are kind of a secret. Late at night, if I need to chew on something, I can eat 2 or 3 pickles. It's negligible calories. And I find that that's a good workaround. And then of course, you need the fuel, the 0 calorie fuel, Rain body fuel. I like how they moved this shit to the health section. They did the same with Celsius. They put Celsius by the pharmacy. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, Monsters and Rockstars they have next to the soda, but this stuff is in the health section. That is such garbage. But I do love myself some Rain. They are tasty, 300 milligrams for content production and to keep my sanity when dieting. Absolutely. And then of course, it's a Texas grocery store. Why would there not be an Auntie Anne's pretzel right there as you're trying to check out with your budget calorie friendly goods? So that's all I got for today, guys. I'm going to do a video shortly of a full day of eating where I show you each meal we eat for an entire day of training, how we prepare it so that we can eat it without wanting to go jump off a fucking roof. I'm not kidding, guys. If you do this right, a little bit of care and attention, you can make this an enjoyable experience so it feels like you're actually eating because you want to, and that you're not going to get a panic attack because you can't go to Carl's Jr. whenever the mood strikes you. So thanks again, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. Till next time, this is Bromley. I'll see you.